Hey, I'm live. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Fry from beautiful downtown Gainesville, giving you a Sitrep. That's fancy military talk for, of course, situation report as to what exactly is going on with life down here as a gaming geezer. Well, I realize it's been few and far between, so I'm just going to dive right in at to the various and sundry games that I'm really interested in. Okay, we're going to start with one of my all time favorites, Saga. Yeah, let me adjust the camera here so you see. Ooh, I almost got that to work. There we are. That's a little bit more of me. But we have Saga picked up, Age of Hannibal. Uh, well, what can I say? I love it. Never thought I would. I actually originally ordered it to actually get their Epic Saga where you play with 12 to 18 points per side. Yeah. Ooh, multiple war bands and multiple players, of course. Uh, but when I got it, looked at the boards, and I thought, hey, this is really cool. Really, really cool. I like this. So I went out and I invested cash dollars in Victrix Plastics. I highly recommend them. I really do. So now I'm building up a Gallic warband and a Republican Roman warband. The Republican Romans, well, you could tell they were probably manufactured for something like Hail Caesar, or sculpted rather. The poses, they're good, but it just kind of has that feel to it. And that's all right. I think for the money, you can't really beat Victrix. So, um, using that as a you segue into my other one of my other newest game acquisitions, and that is Too Fat Large Infamy, which covers the period of the Caesars. I'd say somewhere about 50 BC to say the end of the Republic, or rather, excuse me, I'd say about 100 to 150 AD. Okay, because we have early imperial. Once again, my Republican Roman warband works quite well in Saga, or excuse me, in Infamy. I am sorry, Lardy Rich. Don't put the hoodoo on me. Um, well, hello there, RAF4. Did I get that right? And a hello to you. Uh, can you hear me okay? As I got somebody out there, can you hear me? I guess you can. Um, okay. I'm still kind of working on this, but that's okay. All right, anyway, back to Infamy. Two fat lardies knocked it out of the park with this one. Now, this one is a very much like their others, sharp practice, um, Duke's Britanniarum. Um, it's along those same lines. In fact, it uses the same basic mechanics, i.e., the card deck activation and all of that. And I really like it. Richard Clark and Company really put out a first rate product. I cannot recommend it highly enough. This is going to be a fun game to play. And finally, To complete the trilogy of historical miniatures games, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, I've got Baron's from Footsore Miniatures. Andy Hobday and company have put together a wonderful game. If you have played Mortal Gods or any of the other games, which I believe is Test of Honor, yeah, Test of Honor, this fits right in. This fits right in. Another really excellent small skirmish level game. Uh, it's actually takes place during, let me see if I can remember how to do this, early 13th century, based around the 2 year civil war in England known as the Barons' War, which gave us the Magna Carta. Yay. Now, uh, again, excellent game. I'm probably going to use it to fight Dark Ages battles uh, because they're supposed to be coming out with Andy Hobday and company are supposed to be coming out with lists for the Vikings, for the Anglo Saxons. I'm making up my own list for the Britons and the Old Saxons and the Picts. Picts, or it doesn't happen. Um, but really, and of course, at the bottom of this is it's difficult in this time of COVID. Um, I do miss the face to face tabletop gaming. I will be glad when things are clear with COVID. Um, hell, I'll probably be the first in line to go for the vaccine when it becomes available. I'm looking forward to the convention seasons opening up again. HMGS South puts on some great conventions. Okay, now another part, because it's another part of what I do. Conflict 47 from Warlord Games and Clockwork Goblin Studios. Again, they've said idle for a long time. Not the studios, not the gaming companies, mind you. They've been chugging it. Mine has. My collection has. I really haven't played in, I think, a little over a year now. It's one of these games where I'm not 100% convinced on the rules, but they're usable. But God, I love the models. The mechs, the designs. Clockwork Goblin has knocked it out of the park. Did I really just squeak? Anyway, uh, Clockwork Goblin has knocked it out of the park. They're just they're fantastic in my opinion. There are a couple of them I'm not real crazy over. One of them being the jump troops, the Firefly jump troops for the Americans. Um, they're okay, and I will certainly field a unit or two on my table. But there are some others, though, that just knock it out of the park. The mechs, um, the giant German walkers. Uh, my particular favorite is, oh, what game? Conflict 47. Do you copy? Okay, well, I'm gonna go through. Um, that's the last one I'm on. That's the latest. That's the one I'm on right now. Conflict 47. And yeah, I will. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, RAF. In the role playing game side of my hobby, And yes, I do that a lot too. I have been in both. I've been in gaming starting with miniatures in 1972, which I think 20 years. And then from 2000 to, it's been like 40, well, wait, yeah, it was 50 years. Been actually 52 years since I got back from Vietnam. So this actually kind of marks my 50th anniversary, I guess, in the hobby. So I do both, and I love them both, and I have a good time with them both. My favorite game was and still is Call of Cthulhu. Of course, I've been a Lovecraft, amateur Lovecraft scholar and reader almost all of my life. I read my first H.P. Lovecraft story in 1963 and was been hooked ever since. Oh yeah, and for the record, in case you're wondering, I am 72 years old. So I guess that entitles me to be a gaming geezer. Woot. Um, right now I'm okay. Let me backtrack. Call of Cthulhu and Delta Green are my two. They're my very favorites. Followed hot on the heels and closely by Green Ronin's Age system. I have Fantasy Age, Modern Age, Dragon Age, uh, great products. And followed and adding to that, Free League. I have the Alien RPG, I have Forbidden Lands RPG, and I have Tales from the Loop and Things from the Flood RPGs. And most exciting, and I guess I'm just kind of make this a public announcement because hell, everybody's heard about it by now. As many of you may know, Free League is bringing out a fourth edition of Twilight 2000, which was a game I have been intimately connected with from its first iteration, version one in the mid '80s. I believe it came out in 1984. I've been keeping my finger on the pulse of things, as it were. I've always enjoyed it, and I wrote several modules for it, including the Black Madonna, which apparently is, which people really liked, and I'm very grateful for that. And I will just go ahead now and give a shout out to all of those people who remembered me, who've liked the Black Madonna and show support for it. Bless you all. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. I'm proud to say I'm working on the Black Madonna now, as well as other aspects of the new Twilight 2000 for Free League. Wow. That's right. I'm back in the saddle again. Back where, it's really good. Really, really good. I'll say this. Now I have the PDF alpha playtest rules for Twilight 2000. In fact, I've been able to work with some of it before it was even released. It's still in the forming up stage. I got to tell you, I really like what Free League has done from their new timeline. I like the Year Zero engine. And I kind of look at it this way. If the original Twilight 2000 was, as I've always said, really kind of an action adventure movie, then this new one is I guess it's like Platoon, the movie, if you've ever seen that. I have. Saw it one time. That's enough for this old Vietnam vet. A great movie, but yeah, RAF, I understand that. I did Kill Team, but it seems like they're not doing that anymore. And besides, I always just had the Star Grunts. I had the Imperial Guard and the Tempesta Scion, and that was about as far as I was prepared to go. But yeah, might jump back into Kill Team later on. Might jump back into Kill Team later on. Um, fortunately, unlike some of my historical gamer colleagues have actually heard, I really don't mind 40K. You know, I'm kind of the opinion I'm not going to jump in the middle of it, but it's certainly a well done game and has given a lot of people a lot of enjoyment. And also, I want to say now to make sure people understand who might be new to my style, I am not a competitive gamer. I'm a casual gamer. I really just play it for the fun. I'm the guy that, you know, last Saga tournament I was in, I was facing one of my good friends across the table. This was a tournament, but our spirit was a big old friendly handshake, and a may the gods of war be well satisfied with our work today. And we had one whale of a game that we both enjoyed immensely. And finally, when he finally got me, he killed my Anglo-Saxon warlord with his warlord, and I think what was left of his Hearthguard. And I'm like, damn, that was a great game. That was one for the ages. I really enjoyed it. And truth is, I've probably lost more games than I've won, and I don't care. It's not the winning. Winning is kind of, I'm just going to enjoy the experience. I like the storytelling. Oh, thank you. Yes, of course, RAF4. Same to you. Same to you, my friend. Have some wonderful holidays and stay safe. I think we're kind of going to get beyond this COVID thing. So, yeah, stay safe. Thank you for the chat. But this is why I like this. And I like the camaraderie. For me, gaming has always been social. Anyway, back to the role playing games. I've played a lot of different games. Again, I have the same I'm there to have fun. So, it's like, well, do you play D&D? No, not really. I never really have, although I have played in D&D campaigns. Why? Because the people running I tend to play if you play in my campaign, if you play in my game, I'll come play in yours. If you've got a pre-gen you can hand me, that's good. If you need me to roll up a character, I'll do that too. I'm here to have fun. And that's the thing. I believe in an open table, at public gatherings, at conventions and such. So, if you come up and you say, well, I wear very proudly an ally tag of tabletop gamers because I regard myself as an ally because my game is open to anyone. If you have come to that convention and and you want to play in my game, as long as you're not a complete jerk, because if you start with a complete jerkdom, I will toss you. But as far as I'm concerned, grab a seat. And especially convention, because I'm looking at people, convention attendees, um, like myself. They've paid money to be there. They paid for the hotel, they paid for their transportation. So yeah, I feel it's my obligation to show them a good time. And the same thing actually applies for miniatures gaming, tabletop gaming as well. Come step up. You want to lead a Viking war band? Hey, got you covered. You know, I believe in that, and I believe that we need to be welcoming. So, oh, let me check this microphone here. No, that's the on off. This is the volume. Got this thing turned up full, so I'm hoping that, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I guess that's all from this rambling old man who's sitting here rambling away. But just wanted to give you a sit rep. It's been a very trying year. For me, I have been quarantine lockdown for a lot of it. I miss the conventions. I miss my friends. I've got a 4x6 custom built gaming table out in my garage. I want to get that back in use. Probably going to have to start by clearing all the stuff off of it, but that's okay. Anyway, to everybody out there, happiest of holidays. Um, you know, happiest of holidays. Stay safe, have fun, and I will catch you all later. Take care.